everyone, VJ's Freddy T back here working on a trick-taking version. Today we're looking at how to play the game Man-Eating House. I should be doing this in October, but I'm not. I'm doing it right now. It's kind of a haunted house themed trick-taking game for 3 or 4 players from New Mill Industries. Designed by, does it say the name of the designer anywhere? Of course not. It should say in the rules. By Kunihiko Tsuchiya. Hopefully that's how I pronounce it, with some graphic design by Daniel Newman. Special thanks to Graham. Okay. It's put out by New Mill Industries. This originally came out in 2016 from a publisher known as Oitanisi. Same, obviously, same designer. In the game, you got a bunch of cards with all sorts of different, all manner of different characters and effects. You got 3 suits, yellow, green, and purple, aka Ivy, Ofuda, which is yellow, Ivy is green, and Bone, which is the red. And there's a breakdown on the back here that says what you get in each suit. The Ivy goes 0 to 14, the Ofuda goes 1 to 14, and the Bone goes 1 to 15. Couple of things to point out. The 15, if I can find it, is... I'll just point out a couple of things here. The 15 is the Old Man. It's the highest card. And in most cases, if this gets played into a trick, it will win since it's the highest card. There are some exceptions, which I will get into. The 0 here in the green suit is a dog, and it's the weakest card. However, if the 15 gets played into the trick, and the dog does as well, this 0 will beat the Old Man. I guess he scares him away or something. Outside of that, the dog gets included in these numbers 1, 2, and 3, which are children. The 4s are all little girls, creepy little girls, and there's some special rules around them. And then if you look here as well, the 5, 6, 7 in each suit is called a weapon. I can show you one of those, like a chainsaw. And then the 8, 9, 10, 11 in each suit are your locations. All of these that have this little Japanese, or that actually has a DZ, not Japanese symbol. It's a Japanese symbol on the cards, that's why used. I think it is. All of these ones here, the green 11, yellow 10 and 11, and the 9, 10, 11 in red are danger zones. Danger, 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 danger zone. See, they do have Japanese symbols. And these will all have different effects during the trick taking. Again, it's for 3 to 4 players. You can shuffle up the cards. And I will try my best to explain everything. Each player is going to get a reference card. You will need it. Now, you will make sure to deal out this silver one. Whoever gets this one gets to be the first player. And there is a flow chart, if you will, on this card that says, you know, if this happens, you do this. If not, you look if this happens, and then you do that. So you can see, you go through every little thing. So let me just see here. A couple of things. So anyways, we're going to deal out the cards. I believe we're going to have 4 left over. We'll do a 4-player game. And you will have 4 cards left over. These are going to be known as the unopened room. And you will put these aside for later. And I'll put these here so we know those are the unopened room cards so I don't grab them by mistake. I have to point out a few things as well, but before we go on. It's 3 to 4 players. Takes about 15 minutes. It says ages 10 and up. You're just playing, the reason why it takes 15 minutes is you're basically just playing 1 round, and that's the game. And then if you want, you can play again and see who wins the most, best 2 out of 3 or whatever. This is a summer vacation of 1980 something. There's this abandoned house. Kids are going to explore it, but there's horrifying ghosts and, typical horror-on thing. um, the cards that will score you points are the children and the ghosts, so those are the ones you want to try to win. The weapons can be used for fighting ghosts, and you can also have an event that happens where if you have two children of the same suit played into a trick, they will basically escape the ghost. And the other event is where you use weapons to fight ghosts. I'll explain all that. Basically, cards numbered 1 to 3 are children, 5 to 7 are weapons, 8 to 11 are locations, and 12 to 14 are ghosts. 4 to 0 is the dog, which counts as a child, and the 15 is the old man, which is considered a ghost for scoring as well. Each suit is a little bit different because you have different danger zone cards in each suit and everything. So it's going to be 13 cards each in a 3-player game, 10 each in a 4-player game. You're going to have 5 or 4 undealt cards. Those are going to be the unopened cards. And you put them, the unopened room cards, you put them aside. So, you're going to determine the first player by an appropriate method. And you give them this gray reference card. Or you can do rock, paper, scissors, whatever. If you're doing a 3-player game, whoever gets the old man card, the number 15, will be playing against the other 2 players in a team. But the catch is, you're not going to know who has the old man until it comes out. So you don't know who's your partner until that point in time. So it's kind of an interesting little twist. Anyway, let's get on to games. So, one person is going to start by playing a card and leading the cards. Say I played as 14. It is must follow. So if you have the that specific suit, you must follow. Maybe they play a 6. This guy comes in and says, you know what, I'll play a 1. Whatever reason. And then this guy's going to play, let's just say he plays this little girl, the 4. So, then you're going to see, you're going to go through this list. Was the little girl, it says here on the first hand, it's actually, was the little girl dealt? If the number 4 card is not dealt, led. If the person leads with the number 4, you're going to pause and you're going to do what is called kagome, which I'll explain in a bit, and then you will resume trick taking. But that didn't happen. So next you're going to see if the dog and the old man are here at the same time. They're not, so we skip that. If the dog and the old man are together, the dog will win the trick. It'll beat the old man. If not, the old man is there, the old man wins. If that's not the case, and a danger zone appears, or all 3 little girls line up, I'll explain that in a bit, then the highest numbered card wins. We don't have a danger zone. Next, the role of escape or struggle will be established. And that's what we're going to do, actually. We got 2 things that could happen. The first one, these 2 events. This first one that we're doing is struggle. If at least 1 weapon and ghost of the same suit appear in the same trick, the struggle will occur, and you exterminate the ghosts. And if multiple weapons or ghosts of the same suit in the trick, they are all included. So what's going to happen is the highest valued weapon, in this case is just one, a camera, it's apparently a weapon, it will get rid of the ghost. So this is going to be gone. And this is also going to be gone. Then you resolve the trick as normal. Highest card will win. And so they're going to claim this 1, which is a point scoring card. And we can get rid of the little girl. So that's one event that can happen. You discard all weapons at the same time as the ghost. Any cards remaining, if any, you just resolve it as normal. And then whoever led the previous tricks, if there's no cards left, would lead again. So in this case, this person wins, so they get the lead. And let's just see if we can do something else. So let's say they lead the little girl. The little girl number 4 is special. If a person leads like this person did, what's going to happen is they're going to take this, put it off to the side, and then they're going to take one of these cards from the unopened room, put it into their hand. Then they must put down a card of the same suit face down. And everyone else is going to do the same thing. So as long as you have. So I'm going to put down an 11. This guy puts down the dog. He has no choice. And this guy will put down, let's say he puts down a 6. If you don't have that suit, then you can just put down another card. Then this person who initiated Kagome, who put down the little girl, who led with the little girl, will decide, are we going to pass the cards to the left, the right, or across? So maybe he says across. So we exchange cards with our partners, basically. And then they get to lead the next trick. This only happens again if the little girl is led. If the little girl is just played into the trick like before, then that doesn't happen. If at any point all 3 little girls end up being led and end up on the table, then no more events will happen in the game. The events being the struggle, which we just did, where the weapon defeated the ghost, or the other one, which I'm going to try to do next, which involves children. So let's just say they play this 3 in green, and I play this 14 ghost with no face. They play an 8, and let's just see what this person's going to play. They play, let's say they play 1. So in this case, what's going to happen is an escape. Whenever 2 children of the same suit are in a trick with one ghost, at least one ghost, an escape will happen. And what's going to happen is those children, there's 2 or 3 children, will escape the ghost. And this is the same, holds true if the dog is in the trick, it's considered a child. And what happens is those players who play the children, i.e. these 2 players, will take them and put them into the score pile. And then we resolve the trick as normal. Highest card wins, so I win and I get to claim these cards. And actually, I put these cards aside. I guess it's this player won the trick. I can't recall anymore what happened there. But I guess they won the trick, right? They must have won the trick, so I'm going to give them those cards. I don't remember exactly what happened or why I had those separate. We'll just do that. So again, we'll make sure this one is separate off to the side in the corner of the table somewhere. So you continue playing. I won, so I get the lead, and I would lead another card. And, maybe I lead with Danger Zone card. Danger, danger, danger. And maybe this guy follows with a Danger Zone card. And then this guy plays a weapon for whatever reason. Actually, no, he's going to play, he's going to play a weapon. And then this guy will play, let's just say he plays a child for some idiotic reason, but he did. So in this case, we look at everything and we see that there's danger zones. If a danger zone appears, then simply the highest number wins. We won't do any events. And so this guy would win, and he can collect all the cards and put them over here, and they lead the next trick. You keep going around doing like this until you go through all the tricks, and then you will score. Every child and ghost you have is going to be worth a point, basically. And I should mention, I forgot to mention, if you're playing 4 players, you're playing in a team, so we're partners and they're partners. And so what you're going to do is, at the end of the game, count up how many ghosts and children your team has, and whoever has the most wins the game. It's the end point of determining the winner is pretty simple. It's just whoever has the most of children and ghosts. The dog, of course, is considered a child, and the old man is considered a ghost for all intents and purposes. And then, whoever has the most wins, and it's pretty straightforward. The most important part is following this flow chart, the judgment chart, to see what's going to happen. Are we doing this or this or this or this? Who's going to win? What's going to happen? And again, if all 3 little girls end up being led and out on the table, you cannot do any more events, no more struggles or escapes. Or if a danger card gets played. If a danger card like this one that we played goes into a trick that has a Japanese symbol on it, any events that might have been triggered get canceled. And again, when you're doing the events, the escape or the struggle, they have to be of the suit, the same suit. Not necessarily the suit that was led, but they have to be the same suit. So if you have, for instance, this child and this child in a trick, and then you have a ghost, this doesn't trigger anything because they're two different suits. So hopefully that makes sense. It's a pretty cool trick-taking game. Just a lot of little things to remember, what does what. But following this makes it pretty simple. On the other side, you get some more information. Now, if you're playing 3 players, you will win the game if you are the old man and you have one of each of the 1, 2, and 3 children of any suit, or 11 or more scoring cards. Otherwise, your opponents will win. And again, whoever has the old man plays against the other 2 players in a team. Anyway, pretty cool game. Nice artwork, nice linen finish and everything. I like it. And I should point out as well, whoever wins the last trick is going to claim these other cards. So as you play all the tricks, whoever plays out, wins the last trick of the game, will get whatever cards are left in the unopened room. And if the ghosts are children, they get to score them. In this case, there's 1 ghost, so they get 1 point. I almost forgot about that. Anyways, pretty cool game. That is Man Eating House. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll see you next time. More. Thanks for watching.